Yeah, as I'm sure you've seen if you follow any type of gotcha news, Brown Dust 2 is eventually going on a censoring, I don't want to say warpath, but it's going to make some censoring changes to comply with Steam guidelines, I assume. That doesn't make sense to me because I'm pretty sure this game got blocked from Steam already, and once you get blocked, you can't resubmit. But apparently you can. Maybe devs are lying to us. Maybe they can resubmit. Um, I know some of the context of things they're trying to address is things like characters that imply child marriage or yeah whatever. They already got rid of the ages. They're going to be changing a few skins, a few CGs, a few skill attacks, and we're going to see how it goes. This doesn't really make sense because people on Steam that wishlist games, they don't buy them. At least not when it comes to niche or, small games like this. This game doesn't have enough money to piss people off like Genshin does. Like Genshin can go back, edit a character 6 months later, and be like, hey, you know what? Sorry, here's 5 rolls. And people will literally sit there, eat it up, and then praise Genshin as a second coming. Here, you can't do that. Once you lose trust in a game like this where the devs are only making what 5 million and less, usually way less than that a month, which might sound like a lot, but it's terrible for a gacha game. You're done. There is no coming back. They don't have the media presence that Mihoyo has. Just use money and wish things away. Like Genshin players are so like not even making fun of them, but they're like so. You give them 5 rolls and they'll go and give you 5 stars across the board. Like, look at the gems in this game. I have 116,000. This game is really generous, which makes it easy to spend money here or there on a gem pack or something that'll give you, some extra rolls or extra materials. But once that trust is lost, like once you start censoring characters, there's no reason to play. Like, some of the gameplay is alright. It's a decent, strategy RPG, but in the end, it's not like it's this guy or something. It's not built from the ground up for that sole purpose. This game was already on the verge of EOSing twice, and going into all female type lewd skins saved it because those people came over to the game and they liked what they saw and they started spending money. But if you start threatening that, they're not going to spend money. They're doubling down on this too because they just gave players 100 free rolls, over 116 or 160, I believe, free rolls today after all the backlash. And it pretty much just says something along the lines of, sorry, we're doing this. It's, we're going to try to rebuild trust, but it didn't say but it gave some kind of weird line along the lines of, it's going to happen. We're doubling down on this. And that's fine, but it's stupid. You put this game on Steam, and Karen's not gonna be like, "Oh yeah, you removed that girl with the wedding outfit. I'm gonna play." She's not gonna still play. They're not gonna still fucking play. It's like back when publishers used to censor box art before they put it on the shelves in stores. Like in Neptunia, they used to put the logos over like the character's cleavage. I doubt, you know, Jessica or Marin or somebody walked in and was like, hey, you know what? Thanks, Ideal Factory, for covering her up. I'm going to buy this game. No, it didn't fucking happen. They still didn't buy it. And it's the same thing with here. They're not going to play the game. They're not going to spend money on a game. You're just appeasing people who aren't going to play the game. And you're going to piss off people who do play the game until they don't spend money on the game. And whatever. I guess they can go play Azure Lane now again. Because, if you double down on this, there's no reason. There's absolutely zero reason. But, I like the characters in this game. The collabs are alright. Gameplay's alright. The music's actually pretty good. I use it as the background music in some of my videos. You've probably seen a few of these characters and events go viral. I know they're going to change some mini games, CGs, a few other things. They're drip feeding what they're going to change at the moment. Just, I guess, not to piss people off too much. But at the end of the day, they're going to eventually start self-censoring the game, so it won't be as it was. I guess to stay in line with the guidelines. So it won't be the same game anyway. It doesn't matter. But yeah, we'll see if it survives. It probably won't. Who knows? Like it's not like it's super high production. Like I said, they don't have the money and reserves to just piss off everybody, you know. So I don't expect it to last long. I'd say EOS before the end of the year, but it might survive. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 2D game in a time where we have, you know, the big Chinese gacha games, you know, Wuwa and all these other Nika and all that. It's, you know, to be a 2D gacha game, you got to be different. You got to stand out, and you can't piss off your fans. But we'll see. We will see.